Hello and welcome. We are here at the first Ather Experience Center in Delhi NCR, and with me is a very special guest, CEO and co-founder of Ather Energy, Tarun. Welcome, Tarun.
Hey, thanks, man.
So, congratulations. So, Delhi has been a much-awaited market for you. So, what is your outlook? Do you have any expectations from this market?
Oh yeah, huge expectations. This is the largest scooter market, so definitely very excited to be here. We wanted to be like a first after Bangalore, Chennai, but variety of COVID primary distracted us. But glad we are finally here, and with our own center here. We're going to open up a lot more now. We've already announced today, looking at almost 5 points in all of NCR put together, but the first one is always special.
Okay. And the price of the Ather scooters, the 450X and the 450 Plus, it's the lowest across India in Delhi also, right? Yep. Because of the subsidies. So does it make it more attractive for the customer here in Delhi?
It's amazingly attractive. Think of it. You've got a nice 125cc petrol scooter at about 1 lakh to 1,10,000. You've got a 450 Plus, which is slightly quicker, with better software, more features, at 1,13,000. There's no delta. And you will save roughly about 1,500 to 2,000 rupees a month on petrol. It's almost a no-brainer. It is almost borderline illogical to still buy petrol, unless there is no way you can charge at home, right? And the way the houses in Delhi are, I think most people can charge at home. So I think we're going to see massive switch over to electric vehicles. And the primary issue is going to be just how much supply we have here.
So the 450 Plus is about 1,13,000. The 450X is about 132.
Yes.
But that's not the only thing a customer will spend on the scooter, right? You've got some subscription plans, data plans also.
Those are all optional. So you don't need to take the service plan. You can just use servicing as is with any other vehicle. Data plans are also not mandatory. But again, if you want a full power of the vehicle with navigation, mobile track, everything, then you can buy the data plans. The data plans are roughly about, I think 2,000 rupees a year, roughly, right? Sorry, 1,500 to 2,500, something like that. Yeah.
So, the whole thing about electric scooter, electrification of the two-wheeler industry is also a mindset that, the infrastructure is not ready. But with you, per se, Ather, not just sell the scooters, you also got a network of that Ather grade network of chargers, and you also give us charger with the scooter itself. How does it work for you? How many Ather grade stations do you have in Delhi?
So we already have 14 fast chargers across NCR, and we are adding more every month. So we are hoping to have between 30 to 50 fast chargers by the end of this year in all of NCR, right? And you're right. For us, it's never been only about the product. It's been about the entire experience. So whether it is servicing, whether it is the software, whether it is charging at home, charging at public, we've always wanted to think about all of it together. Because you as a customer are not just buying hardware, you're buying the complete experience. So before we open any city, we typically start installation of our fast chargers before, right? And that's been a going in strategy everywhere. Same is the case for NCR. We're opening the store now, but we have had 14 fast chargers already up for a while, right? And this number will only keep inching up. The idea is when you buy the vehicle, you know that if I'm ever running out of charge, if I buy the vehicle today, I know I already have some options, and this will only keep increasing. So it also gives a sense of commitment from the company.
So, the players, the leaders in the electric vehicle, two-wheeler vehicle segment in the market right now, they also have mass market. Yours is a more premium positioned scooter, if I may say so. The mass market brands like Hero Electric or the others, they are priced much lower, more volumes. Are you looking at a very niche market going forward, or would you also look at venturing into the mass market end of things?
So we'll definitely be present in more and more segments as time goes by, and our price points will get more and more competitive. But our strategy is pretty simple. We want to, whichever segment we are present in, we want to build a great experience for the customer there, right? Our way of cutting costs will never be that let's just build a spec and be done with it. We want to do that holy integration of hardware, software, and infrastructure in every single product that we build, right? Ather will stand for a great product experience, right? Now, that does not mean that we will only be present in a particular price point. You've already seen that. X is a particular price point, Plus is a lower price point, and there will be more variants at lower and lower price points. But whichever price segment we are present in, you will have likely the best product experience from Ather in that price segment, right? Simple strategy. We believe people seriously misunderstand the Indian market. People wrongly assume that people only want to buy the cheapest product. People are value conscious. You offer them enough value, they will pay money for it, right? They will not pay money just because the vehicle comes with a particular logo, right? But they will pay money if the vehicle offers more value. The more value can come from faster charging, from a dashboard, from better storage space, from better handling. There are different ways to offer value, and which is what we will continue doing.
If you look at a two-wheeler market, motorcycles per se in the premium segment, there are CKDs, CBUs, and in an electric scooter per se, there are scooters, there are dime a dozen players in the market right now. And some of them, not all of them, some of them have products which have, Chinese clones which are available in China and elsewhere. And part of that consumer segment of electric vehicles is also very conscious about, should I buy a made in China scooter? And some of these OEMs also claim that their scooters are made in India, 90-95%. But yours is a completely different ballgame, right?
Completely developed here. We've had our R&D on this product for the last 7 years now. One of the largest R&Ds in the country, 300 people, 50 patents filed in India. Supply chain that is domestic. Battery manufacturing that happens within our plant. Even the touchscreen dashboards that you see on the vehicle, built in India. So yeah, very proudly made in India, 100%.
So we've seen a explosion of EV players in the market over the past 5-7 years, perhaps. Is there space for so many players, or will it sort of narrow down in the next few years to come?
I think that's a standard dynamic of a market. Big opportunity. You will see a lot of players coming in. There will eventually be a little bit of consolidation, shakedown. But I think it's healthy. I think more options for customers and more different attempts of building a company, I think it is healthy for the market. And they're natural also. I'm not surprised.
The FAME 2 subsidy, it's been a huge boost to the whole electric vehicle segment.
Right.
So do you have any further expectations from the government to further give an impetus to the electric vehicle segment? And how will it affect your plans going forward?
No, I think the subsidy is at a great place right now. My suggestion would be to now focus on home charging, because that's one of those last few pieces that have to be still figured out. A lot of customers, when they buy the electric vehicle today, still have to put in a lot of thinking to figure out how to get a charging point in their parking, right? And some sort of a government mandate to get a 5 amp or a 15 amp socket, just a 3-pin plug in your parking lot, can drive massive EV adoption. So that would be my one single suggestion to the government, to really focus on that.
Another challenge which many of our viewers keep writing to us, we love the scooter, but I live in a far off state in the town in the northeast where there's hardly any electricity to charge my mobile phone. So how will those challenges shape up the whole evolution of the electric vehicle segment?
I think that's the exception rather than the norm. People who don't have access to electricity, honestly, in India now, we are a power surplus country, and while I know that does not mean that everybody has access to power, the reality is 90% or 95% of the population has good access to power. So I would consider that an exception, and I hope that over the next 5 years, those exceptions stop being exceptions. But today, that's not the norm. I don't think a typical customer is today worried. I don't think you are worried. I don't think most people, forget top 10 cities. Even the top 50 or 100 cities, I don't think most customers are worried that, listen, I don't have access to electricity, right? You could have a few power cutoffs here and there once in a while, but it's not the norm now. So I think that's in India 20 years back. I think we've come a long way since then.
What is your strategy in the tier 2, tier 3 cities? Are you planning a full-scale expansion of your footprint?
Tier 2 cities, very similar to like this. Tier 3 will have to learn. We are still thinking. But in a lot of tier 2 cities, and some of them are already open, you will see experience centers as nice as this. I think the opportunity there is great. We've seen great demand from those markets.
We've had a look at your Hosur manufacturing plant, and of course the pandemic, wave 1, wave 2 now has put a sort of speed breaker on your operations. Where are you right now in terms of production, and do you foresee any increased ramp up in production?
Yeah, definitely. Production is already ramping up, is already back to not more or less. I think we're doing better than pre-COVID wave 2. And as our restrictions get lifted up more and more, these numbers will keep scaling up. As I said, we are hoping to hit our full capacity of 9,200 units by as early as early next year. And by then, we would have already started expansion of this place to 500,000 units per annum. So there is pretty steep ramp up on all fronts, supply chain side, manufacturing side, distribution side, over the next 2 years.
Okay, last question, Tarun. I won't keep you too long. Footprint expansion. So do you have a target in mind over the next 2 years, perhaps across India? These are a number of Ather experience centers that I will have.
We'll have 100 cities. That's all I know. 100 cities.
And on the product side, do you have any product lineup already planned in place?
Can't comment too much. Portfolio will expand. We'll have more variants of 450. And we're also looking at more scooters altogether. But beyond that, I can't comment too much.
B2B segment perhaps?
No, not for us.
So Ather Energy, 100 cities by FY 2022 end, and big plans, new scooters, more platforms, lot more excitement coming up from Ather Energy, India's homegrown electric two-wheeler manufacturer.